Germany's Black Forest, or Abnoba Mons, as it was known in Celtic Roman times, has always carried a strange silence, not the silence of emptiness, but of memory. All through these wooded hills, the traces of an older world still linger. Fragments of stone scattered beneath the trees, half buried, as if the earth tried to hide what it once revealed. They say this was all shaped by time, by wind, by ice, by chance. But when you walk these paths long enough, you begin to wonder, what if not everything here was made by nature alone? What if some of these stones were once part of something greater, not just shaped by the elements, but arranged with purpose as places of gathering, of offering, or perhaps, long before history began to write itself, for reasons we can no longer understand. The old people of these valleys called them Heidenstätten, heathen places, remnants of an age before the churches, long before the memory of an older world faded into legend. And so I follow the path upward, toward a place they once called the Heidenkirche, the Church of the Heathens. The path opens into a clearing of stone, massive blocks scattered across the slope, as if some forgotten architecture had once stood here, and then, in a single moment of violence, was torn apart and left to sleep beneath the trees. They call this place the Heidenkirche, the Church of the Heathens. No walls, no altar, only the suggestion of form, the echo of something that may have been sacred. Some say the stones broke from the mountain itself, shaped by frost and time, and scattered by the slow movements of the earth. Others believe they were raised long ago by hands that aligned them with the sun and the turning stars. Standing here, it's hard to be certain. Everything seems both deliberate and broken, a geometry half erased by time. Perhaps this was never meant to be a church at all, but a place where the boundary between earth and sky felt thin, where people came not to worship, but to listen. Long ago, when the Black Forest was still deep and untamed, the old stories tell of giants who wished to reach the heavens. With unimaginable strength, they carried huge stones, piling them one upon another, trying to climb toward the realm of the gods. But their power waned, and the giants vanished into the mountains, leaving behind the scattered stones that now lie silent among the trees. the ages that followed, the heathens came to this place. They gathered among the rocks, raising altars of sandstone and offering gifts to the unseen powers that moved through wind, water, and earth. When the new faith arrived from distant lands, the forest grew restless. The monks came, carrying crosses, their voices echoing through the valleys, and the old gods began to fade. The last of the heathen priests, fearing that their sacred objects would be taken, hid their treasures of gold and silver deep beneath these stones, in a cave no one has found since. And they placed a guardian at its entrance, a great black dog with eyes of fire, whose duty was to protect the secret for all eternity. They say he still walks among the rocks at night, a shadow among shadows, watching over what the forest remembers. I walk between the stones, their surfaces warm in the sun, their shadows cool and deep. Some are shaped like ships, others like walls or altars half buried in moss, as if the forest itself has been slowly carving its own memory. The air feels older here, heavy with silence and the breath of the forest. Every crack, every curve seems to hold a trace of something once intended, a pattern we no longer understand. Perhaps the giants, or those who came after them, never truly vanished. Perhaps they are still here, in the rhythm of the wind, in the patience of the stones, and in the hands that still reach out to touch them. I leave the stones behind, but their silence stays with me. A quiet reminder that not everything ancient is gone. Somewhere between the trees and the light, the old world still breathes, waiting to be seen again.